Good afternoon, everyone. Is both sides ready to start? Or do you need some more time? Let's get ready. We're ready.
This is Matthew Guerrero, the father responsible for hiding a body, or hiding two bodies of SOTO, Savannah, and her boyfriend, the drug dealer. Yo, what is that on the side of his neck? Nah, what is that? That look like an outbreak of some type, man. This looks like an outbreak of some type. What is that? I better wear gloves dealing with this man. This man mess around and infect everybody with some bullshit.
We're going to call CM 116056 and CM 116070.
Architect of the state and town of the state. Good afternoon, again, Judge Johnson.
And we are here on a referral from the 290th District Court. Mr. Preciado
Reduce bond. Man, that's the problem with this criminal justice system. Everybody get reduced bond. So you walking amongst rapists, killers. They going to the corner store while they out on bond. Leave their ass in there.
Thank you, Judge. We would call our client.
I think if you got enough evidence pointing at you, you know when you go to DMV, you got like a point system. If you got a point system with the criminal justice system, you got more than 3 evidence weighing on you. Some evidence could weigh more than others, so you may not need 3. You may need 1 or 2. That equals 3. Your butt should stay in the system until your trial. Walking like a Oompa Loompa. Yo, what is this? What is this BX? No, BEK. No, BEXAR. County Jail. What is that? Look at the officer looking like his father.
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir. I do.
Just make sure to speak into that microphone and do not speak over the attorney's. Wait till the question is asked before you answer. The court reporter can only take one person speaking at a time.
Yes, sir.
Yo, he had a few weeks in jail, and he looking like he been in jail for about a year. He looking like he been in jail for about a year. They gonna have fun with him in jail. They gonna be taking all his snacks. Anything the government give you for free, cheese, eggs, tuna, milk. Yeah, them prisoners taking all of that from him. They punking him soon as he go through the door. Soon as he step through the door, he getting punked. Give me your eggs.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Ramon. Good. Your name is Ramon Preciado?
Yes, sir.
And you're currently in jail on 2 charges, is that correct?
That's correct.
And I'm going to read off some case numbers. I'm not asking you to know them necessarily, but I'm just going to read off and tell you what they are. The first of which is CM 116070. It is charged as altering, destroying, or concealing a human corpse, and the bond on that one is $500,000. Does that sound right?
Yes, sir.
The other case you have is
500K? 500K? So what you trying to do? 10% for that? You trying to do 10%? Come out on 5K? Alright, let's see.
In 116056, and that one is entitled abuse of a corpse, and the bond on that one is set at $100,000. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So you have two bonds that total up to $600,000. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You've been in jail for how long now?
Going on 42 days.
He don't even remember. It only been 42 days, and he had to really think hard. Like, damn, I've been in jail for 42 days. Seemed like 42 years.
Exactly.
So did you say 42 days?
Look, he still don't know.
40.
6 or 7 weeks? Maybe?
Oh, now it's 40. He had to subtract 2 days.
Yes, sir.
And you have not been able to make a bond with the amounts that are set out right now, correct? Is that
No,
correct?
no, sir.
Do you have assets to sell on the outside that could get you enough money to make the bonds at $600,000?
No way, sir.
So let's talk about the properties or assets that you may or may not have available to you. Do you have a vehicle?
They took the car as evidence, I guess you would say.
So you don't have access
No.
to a vehicle to sell, do you?
We have another truck. It's probably worth maybe 3,000 if we're lucky.
3,000?
Yeah. My wife probably thinks it's a little more, but no, the engine's kind of bad. Transmission's leaking, and it's knocking.
He trying to make a deal to get out of jail for a hoopty. He trying to get out of jail on a promise that the engine of a hoopty works, so he could sell it for 300,000. For 3,000, my bad. For $3,000. He telling the court the engine may not even work. But my wife think it costs more than 3K. Man,
Yes, sir. You know, I know a lot of mechanics is probably not.
But the engine is not good.
Yes, sir.
Do you own land?
the engine is knocking. Them prison doors is knocking.
No, sir.
Do you own your own house?
It's actually my wife's house.
And
You don't even got nothing as a man. You out there committing crimes and chopping bodies up and hiding bodies for your son, and you don't even have anything that you own to get yourself out of trouble.
And there was some testimony by your wife the other day in terms of the house that you live in. Is that what you're referring to?
That is correct.
Is somehow a gift from her father to her and some other family members?
That is correct.
So her interest in the home is only 1/4 of the home?
Yes, sir. It's divided by 4.
Do you know roughly how much that house is worth?
No, not really.
Is it worth $1 million?
No way.
Is it worth $500,000?
No way.
Do you know how much equity there is in the home?
I couldn't say probably not much.
Not much equity.
No, I don't think it would.
Okay then, you can't get out. The prosecutor trying to tell you your little tiny house that's worth 50K is not enough to get you out of jail. That is 625K. That's what he's trying to tell you, sir. Yes, sir. You're not going anywhere, sir. You're staying right there. Just get comfortable, put on some nice warm jammies, and get that hot water warmed up for that cup of noodles.
Anything would be worth.
In fact, your wife is paying on that house, is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
And you guys have been in it for how long now?
Between 9 and 11 years.
Been in the house for 11 years. You're still paying for it. It's nowhere near worth $100K. What are you doing?
Has anyone in your family or friends tried to get bonds for you while you've been in custody?
No.
Is it because the amount is so high?
Nobody has that kind of money.
Nobody in your family?
No, sir.
So let's keep talking about assets. Do you have gold bricks somewhere?
No, sir.
Do you have a large cash deposit somewhere?
No, sir.
Do you have a safe full of jewelry or cash or anything like that?
It's all in the pawn shop. Might have a couple of little pieces later on here or there, but maybe $300 for it. They're mostly sentimental value. You know what I mean?
You said about $300 worth in a pawn shop?
No, the pawn shop is the ones that I've been pawning since the end of summer. Things got rough for us, so we've been pawning them, so they're all in the pawn shop.
Just so I'm clear, and it's a little hard to understand exactly what you're saying, but sit down, please.
Sorry.
You have some things that you have pawned, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I'm in the pawn shop, yes, sir.
When times were tough for you economically last year, is that correct?
That is correct.
In the summer of 2023?
Yes, they're still in there.
And it cost you money to go get it, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So you don't even have.
Okay, then why you mention a pawn shop? You need money in order to get the items out of the pawn shop. You have to give the pawn shop money in order to get the money for your items.
You have access to them like that, do you?
No, sir.
You have to raise money to get them out of the pawn shop, is that correct?
Most definitely.
Now, again, you don't have
He said most definitely.
stocks or bonds or anything like that.
No, sir.
Do you have any other assets that you could sell reasonably quickly?
Tools, but again, digital gauges and stuff like that, they're not worth much. You might buy them for $600, $700, but once you use them 3 or 4 times, they're all digital, they're not worth much. You'd be lucky if you could sell them for $10, $20. In our line of work, they get damaged real easy.
And your line of work is HVAC, right?
Contracting, yes, sir.
Let's talk also, since you've been in jail, you had some medical issues, is that correct?
That's correct.
Let's start.
Of course, look at him. Look like he got diabetes. About to get his leg amputated from high blood sugar. And he might suffer a stroke. Mess around and be in there for another 2 weeks. By the way, things looking.
With the medical episode, you had just a couple of days after getting arrested. What happened?
They're walking me into a room, and I had an episode and I fell back, I hit my head, and I bounced off the metal door, and I slammed my 300-pound body on the floor, and I bounced, and went to shut the door, one of them tried to get me up, and I kind of started seizing like this, kind of stayed like that for like, I don't know, a few minutes, and I was going to die, I think, too. It's kind of really scared me, and I got up, and I was breathing real hard, and they took me to see them.
Sir, you're on trial for double body. They died. You felt like you was about to die because you're stressed out from what you did. But the 2 people that you hid their bodies, they was actually dead, sir. Yes, they're actually dead. Nobody will feel sorry for you. Talking about you felt like you was about to die because you're stressed out. You're in jail for 2 bodies. Of course.
the doctor, and he said it was just an episode or my medicine, because they're not giving me my medicine the way they're supposed to exactly. So like I'm supposed to get it right before I eat or right after, and it's like you really need to take that medicine the way it's supposed to, because you go into a coma with sugar. You don't drop that, and I already had that 7 times.
What I said, diabetes. Stop eating them damn cookies.
Because I've been out 7 times, and my sugar, I'm sweating. This I know for a fact. I was sweating, couldn't breathe.
This ain't from fat. Sir, your fat is the cause of everything, bruh.
Rang the guard. Real nice guy, but they're not doctors. So they just made a.
Let me stop you for 1 minute. When you went into the jail, you already had some health conditions, is that correct?
That's correct.
And what health conditions do you suffer?
I'm diabetic. I have high blood pressure, cholesterol, sometimes breathing problems.
Were you on medication for any of those conditions before you went into the jail?
Yes, sir.
Since you've been in the jail, have you been getting the medication in the correct dosages and at the right times?
No, sir. Sometimes they're 6 to 8 hours apart before I eat, and that just throws me everywhere. Like I feel dazed, nauseous, episodes. You know, I don't even know where I'm at sometimes. They're walking me somewhere. I don't know where I'm at.
Are you afraid that because of the substandard medical care you're getting that you might have further health problems?
It got a lot worse, that's for sure. I could tell you when I went to the specialist, my kidneys, they're giving me the same medicine they're giving me now, metformin, and that's what was hurting me real bad then. And that's why I told them that, where I'm at, I can't take the metformin. You're overdosing, you're over-medicating me. You're gonna kill me. Because it's happened to me before. You're giving me 2,000 milligrams when my medication is nowhere near that, and it's not metformin. It's nowhere near that. 2,000 milligrams is a lot. It'll knock you out like that. And imagine taking it while eating.
Okay, Ron. You have a doctor on the outside,
Just said Dr. Wayne.
and you all actually even seen specialists in the past.
Yes, sir.
Were you having these kind of fluctuations up and down when you were on the outside before you were locked out?
No, sir. No, sir. God bless my wife. She really keeps a good schedule and keeps me on it, you know what I mean? Even though if I work, she'll call me and let me know.
Are you asking the judge to lower your bonds?
I'm actually begging him to lower the bonds.
And if the judge was kind enough to lower the bonds to an amount that you are able to get out, or your family or friends are able to get you out, will you comply with any and all conditions?
Yes, sir, I would.
You have a couple of different options for residences when you get out, is that correct?
That is correct.
One would be your old house.
That's correct.
The other, if that doesn't work out, the other would be with a relative.
That is correct.
Are you from San Antonio?
Yes, sir. All my life.
Is all your family here in San Antonio?
45 generations.
And the two residences that you have as options are both here in San Antonio?
Yes, sir, never. My whole life is here. Not to mention I have a sick wife and a sick child in the Bear County.
So, Megan just reminded me, there was some testimony by your wife the other day about a bank account that maybe you guys have, and I think she testified it had approximately $3,500 in it. Do you think that that's correct?
No, that's probably negative.
It's negative now?
Definitely.
So,
Bank account negative. He laughed when he said 3,500. Imagine. You live in America. You've been here for decades. As far as he said, he had family members here that's 4 or 5 generations, and they don't even have $3,500 in the bank account.
You don't even have that kind of cash available for a bond, is that right?
No, sir. It might have had influence there, but we were paying bills. I mean, it is what it is. People have to eat, people have to pay bills.
Were you guys behind a couple of months on your mortgage at the time you all were arrested?
Going on 3 months, yes, sir.
Where were you when you got arrested?
At my house.
They was back on the mortgage. They couldn't even pay for their mortgage. That explains the drug dealing.
And do you remember what day it was that you got arrested?
Not exactly, sir.
It was in January, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, January.
And had you attempted to leave San Antonio in the few weeks that this investigation was ongoing?
No, sir, all I live in San Antonio. All my family's here.
Had you tried to get a passport?
No, sir.
Had you tried to book a flight to Greece?
No, sir.
Have you made any?
He can't even afford to go to Greece, New York. He talking about Greece, the country? Dude don't even have money to go to Greece, New York.
Any plans whatsoever to leave or abscond from San Antonio?
I have nowhere to go. My family's here.
Yo, look at the judge. No way this judge giving him bail. Look at the judge. Look at the judge's face. Look at his stance. You can see the conservativeness all in his face. Escolona. He's probably Italian.
When you were younger, in your 20s, you've been in a little bit of trouble, correct?
That's correct.
And you had done, on the state side, you had done probation, is that correct?
That is correct.
And you had successfully completed those probations, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
On the federal side, about 24, 25 years ago, you were prosecuted as well.
That is correct.
And did you ever have any violations when you were on supervised release?
No, sir. She actually commended me on doing a very good job. Always showing up on time, paying what I need to pay.
You never fled when you had those cases, did you?
No, sir.
You never tried to run, did you?
No, sir.
And you complied with all the terms that the judges asked you to comply with, is that correct?
That's correct, sir. Have to pay, be done. Poor people, that's how they do things. Poor people sell stuff to buy their meds. Poor people go and sell stuff to buy food, to pay bills. That's how we pay bills. When you don't have no money, when you don't have a regular check coming in. Do you understand that? They are the meds, not the ones I need. Yes, sir, you are correct.
We'll talk about that more, but in terms of what's been going on in your house, the idea is that everything's going to be moved out of this house and sold eventually.
That's not a true statement. Some things are being moved, little things, yes, sir.
The plan is that house is going to be sold as well, correct?
No, sir, that's also not true. We're deciding what we're going to do with the house, which is the one that destroyed in the process.
Have you talked to your sister about selling it on open door?
I have, and we discussed it, but there's no final saying. It's just the ideas. You want to sit there and starve, or you want to come up with some ideas? We're coming up with ideas.
So that's what's been going on in the last 6 or 7 weeks since you've been incarcerated. Is you guys have been actively trying to raise money for your bills.
We have to eat, we have to pay bills, we have to come up with an idea.
Well, your food is being paid for by jail, correct?
That's a true statement, but again, all food I can't eat. Why do you think I'm sitting here, lost some pounds, feeling sick, shaking, having chest complications? So,
Not a good defense. Not a good defense. You're in jail, sir. You committed a crime. They're not going to give you the food that you want, the meds that you want. See, he keeps saying, we got to eat. The prosecutor's saying, no, you don't need to worry about your family no more. You need to worry about you eating. Every time he say we, the prosecutor keeps saying, oh, you can't worry about your family no more. You're in jail, sir. You might be in prison for a few decades. Nobody defense from going to jail is medication and food. You could complain about it for the next 30, 40, 60 years. The taxpayers are paying for the nasty generic medication and those nasty meds. Now shut up and do your time.
when you say that, it is a true statement. I am eating, not eating what I'm supposed to, not feeling like the way I'm supposed to, not taking my medication the way I'm supposed to, and not feeling the way I'm supposed to. Shaking, having episodes. I wasn't having episodes like that. I have never fallen on my face, a hand, and hurt my ribs. I have never, ever walked somewhere and not knew where I was.
Just answer the question that I asked you, please, and nothing else, because I'm just trying to.
I apologize.
That's okay. There's just certain things I have to ask you that are relevant to this hearing about bond. It has a lot to do with money that you're raising for your bond, so that's all I'm asking about in terms of that. But, so if I understand correctly, has any amount of money been raised for your bond since you've been put in there?
No, sir.
But yet your son has been off selling things since that time.
He didn't really show me a receipt, I believe you, but I doubt it.
And he has told you that?
Yeah, he always says, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get this, I'm gonna try to sell this, but he's probably sitting there, I guarantee you, I know my son, he always says that. He's a workaholic, he works 3 or 4 jobs, you know what I mean, and they're all, he paid very little, so, I guarantee they're sitting somewhere.
And prior to being incarcerated, you're aware that you had a large amount of jewelry in your house, isn't that correct?
My shop, yes sir,
And also in your house.
there's a little bit left, yes sir,
And it's like in your pockets and things like that, in your clothing.
yes sir. When I come somewhere, I'll put in my pocket when I go home. Who doesn't? Some people leave it on the dresser, some people leave it there. Who doesn't?
Has your son been instructed to sell those things to raise money for your bond?
No, sir. If you heard that, you must have heard it wrong. What I said was, put it away. Some of those are family heirlooms. And what I said, though, but if you needed a few dollars to get something to eat, or put gas, do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? Because again, you have to eat. That's just the way it is with people.
Not we, sir. You have to eat. Your food is getting paid by the county taxpayers. You, not we. You're in jail. You no longer have a family once you're in jail.
Do I support him? Again, he's a workaholic. I haven't even seen him in who knows how long.
Do you support him financially? So I'm asking, because you keep saying that you're letting him sell things to raise money for his food and things like that.
No, sir. What I said was, I'm letting him take care of the things. You're the one that said in that category. Yes, if he needs to get rid of things, if he needs to get something to eat, he's not going to expect to do it for free.
Well, why would you use money from your jewelry all of a sudden just because you're in a good kind of jail?
You're the one that said he's my favorite job. I said if he needs something, to get something to eat. That's what I said.
Again, the question that I asked you was, do you support your older son financially?
No, sir, I do not.
Now, have you ever had to deal with bond companies before?
No, sir.
And so, are you aware of kind of their practice in terms of what they require require as a down payment for any kind of bond?
Heard a little bit, but not really.
What is your understanding about it?
They want 10 to 20% or something like that.
So 10% or of the amount of the bond.
It's kind of my understanding. I have talked to them, but I haven't dealt with anybody.
I know you haven't, but are you aware if your family has called around and checked?
No, sir. They don't have that kind of money.
Have you asked them to, well, how do they know if they haven't called around and checked?
Because nobody has $1 million, 600,000 laying around. Nobody.
Well, you know that your bond is right now set at a total of $600,000. So, but you don't know what a bond company would require in terms of the amount needed to make that bond.
That's what you're saying, but again, they want to have that kind of money.
Well, how do they know what they need if they haven't called and asked?
Sir, there's no way my family had 100,000.
Sir, SpongeBob SquarePants. He's asking you, how do you know if your family have the money? When you go to a bondsman, and just because you're going to get a bonds for $600K, that doesn't mean you go to the bondsman with $600K. The bondsman might want $10,000 or $20K. That's what he means, sir. Listen, open your ears. Open those fat diabetic ears.
80,000, 50,000 just to put somewhere. They got kids, they got families. There's no way they can put that kind of money, and that's the truth. There's no.
Should have thought about that before you committed a crime, Mister. They have kids, they have family.
Nothing to say, nothing to give, nothing to be taken. If they don't have it, they just don't have it. Not that they don't want to help, they just don't have it.
You don't know if the bond company, any particular bond company would do a payment plan, or you don't know what the terms of that would be, because you guys haven't called around to check.
No, sir, I've been here, I have not. That's a true statement, I have not. But again, I have not called, I have not talked to nobody.
But you haven't asked your getting orders from your sister to do that either, right?
I told her to look around, but she doesn't have no idea what's going on with them. She doesn't. It is what it is.
To your knowledge, no one in your family has called around and checked with bond companies on your behalf.
No, sir.
I'll pass it to Sharon.
You have nothing further there. You can step down, sir.
My son has a no, just like that. I appreciate it.
Nobody cares if your son has a night-night just like that.
Defense, any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Rest at this time?
Yes, sir.
Stay.
The state calls Ryan Rodriguez.